Are you aware that Nevada is currently in a Tier 2 water shortage?
Isn't water supposed to run out in where Nevada isn't it supposed to run out soon?
I'm not sure exactly how soon, but for the past, as long as I can remember, we've always been talking about water conservation and how Lake Mead has been in its lowest ever, and they always update ways that they've been advocating to cut down water expenses is by the commercials for the your watering schedules. Usually they come around seasonally. Once we change seasons, they'll usually post stuff. I remember one time they used a kid as an advertisement of how uncool it is to waste water. So, yeah. It's been an issue for a long time. We've been in a drought for more than 30 years.
Are you aware of the restrictions that Nevada places on water usage?
Yeah, they don't let you water your plants more than I think 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm. It's seasonal.
Yeah. I know all of the water used inside of houses, hotels, and other things that is connected to a drain. The water that is used will be recycled. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. That's why they have their water restrictions for outdoor plantings and grass and stuff. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that it was just recently announced that within the past year or so that we're not allowed to build any more swimming pools, public pools or anything like that, because of the water shortage.
I don't know, I think that they should put restrictions on how much the water companies can dispense themselves, because a public pool doesn't cause that much water to run off. I'm sure that it's quite a lot, but compared to, say, like you mentioned, a hotel building, it's probably much more over there with hundreds of rooms that they're renting out and faucets running. Mm-hmm. That just seems like more. It feels like they're focusing on the wrong places. That's what I feel like listening to this.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do you think there are any specific benefits to these water restrictions?
Yeah, I think it's definitely decreasing the amount of waste we have. I saw a study that Nevada is actually one of the best states at has the lowest amount of water waste out of all of these states. So I think the restrictions, though, might be a bit odd and possibly focused on the wrong areas. It is working.
That's true. I mean, if we're on the lowest water waste percentage, whatever you want to call it, my apologies, but we're still going down water levels, say maybe it's an environmental thing, we're going to have to start looking at other options. Because if we're already low on the index, then maybe we're just going to have to start looking someplace else.
Yeah, I completely get that.
I know that we do have different man-made reservoirs and other places that we do conserve water, especially through flood drainage. I was just visiting the wetlands last week, and it was abundant in water. Whether or not it's drinkable or used for we can use to recycle, it looked like there was a water plant that they used just to recycle all that stuff out, but it's just like you said, I think we're focusing on different the wrong areas when it comes to there's no water, but we have water. So
Do you think there's anything negative about these restrictions?
Not really. It's just sensible restrictions. I can't say that once in my life I've been dang, if not for these restrictions, I'd be able to do this. Because the restrictions aren't really affecting your every day-to-day life.
I don't know, I haven't really felt it. And I've never been conscious of it. Never really thought of it in the last 10 days, besides the scenario, of course.
I agree.
That's it?
Yeah, just I agree.
I think that the restrictions are good in a way, but because Vegas is such a diverse, we have technically 4 to 5 different subsections. Like I said, I had visited the wetlands last week, and because that's located in Henderson, Their water management is quite different. I had to pass I believe it was the UNLV's soccer field, and I just remember seeing like green grass and all this water that they're using. So I think there can be different alternatives to like natural stuff, but I think it would just depend. So.
What do you guys think the government can do to combat water shortage and droughts?
Something I think the government could probably do better on is not transferring, but taking states that are abundant with water, like Colorado and more northern states that get more heavy snow and have an abundance of water, possibly moving, because I know naturally some of the water, a good amount of the water actually does move down, but possibly putting more effort into adding more water to the states that are in constant drought.
Thing is, how would they do that? You know, we can't just move rivers, can't move rain clouds. I mean,
It would be legislation with the dams and the different stuff. I know that for a fact that either it was Colorado or Utah had just released water to us within a year ago. So, but I know that's still just a big issue because it's, of course, whoever controls the water is controlling it.
Yeah.
What do you think you, as an individual in this state, could do?
Use less water, I guess.
I could take a shorter shower just to like save a tiny bit more water, but I don't think that'll help way too much. But I might save more.
it's not about the individual, it's about the collective. We all cut down on water usage, then you'll start to make an impact, you know?
I think shutting the faucet off when you're doing stuff that, like, you know how when you're brushing your teeth, sometimes you subconsciously leave the faucet on? For every, I believe, 30 seconds to a minute, you waste like a gallon of water. So by turning off that faucet while you're scrubbing your teeth, can do a lot of, shave a lot of water. And then same thing with cleaning products, where you need large buckets and stuff. Just shut the water off when you're not pouring it into the bucket, and then of course don't dump the water and all like the dirty solution outside. Just dump into the toilet so it can just get transferred to the treatment plants.
I agree with that. What about back to the issue of how could we prevent it? What about charging heavier fees for water for families that of course use more of it? Perhaps like a linear graph of it. The more you spend on water, higher it's going to be charged.
Like water taxes.
Yeah, something like that. You know,
I'm pretty sure that's already in place.
maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking like heavier restrictions. So say the hotels would have to pay more for water than an individual family. You know, 2 parents, 1 kid, something like that. Because they're all paying the same rate right now.
Yeah, they are.
That'd make more
try
sense
that.
because hotels are using a lot more water than just like normal household families.
Also, like majority of our Nevada's water waste is from air conditioning. Our air conditioning units waste because you can't recycle the water used in our air conditioning units, and our air conditioning units waste like hundreds of thousands of gallons of water every year.
I'll be completely honest. I didn't even know that air conditioning used water.
I mean, yeah, I didn't either until earlier this year in my in AP Human Geo. We learned that, and the biggest people again who use the majority of air conditioning are the casinos. The casinos' air conditioning units are giant compared to like the one you see at your house, so they use 10 times more water.
The thing we have to be self-conscious about is the fact that we are in one of the more hotter places of the state, so that would be something to take into consideration. The fact that we will be charging more for that waste, to make up for that waste.
Yeah, I mean, just like living in Nevada, or just like living on the west side of the country, you know, that comes with it. A huge amount of water usage comes living in a place that